Hey friends, it's Becca with Beautiful Mess Plans, and I'm here to plan in my B6 Sterling ink yet another week. So yeah, here we go. Here's how this week has been turning out. I still never filled in down here, but that's okay. I don't hate it as much as, I didn't hate it. Saying I hated it is probably inaccurate. I didn't love it. I don't dislike it as much as I did initially. Kind of grown on me, but still did not turn out quite what I wanted, but that's okay. We are planning for the first kind of week of July. We just have the 30th in there for June, and I'm going to use the Cocoa Daisy July kit. Gosh, I forgot. And this week is kind of pull out a washi. So we have 4th of July, which I already kind of expressed my about. And then we actually leave for another trip on Saturday. So it's not a very long trip, but it is there, it exists. So I am going to have to kind of figure that out. I need to grab my mild liner. I decided on this color. I can't read it. It's kind of like a sand color, honestly, kind of like a beige sand color. So yeah, we'll get started. I don't really know, haven't really thought that much about what I'm doing this week. I don't know why I just wrote to do right there. Usually I write this week. Off to a stellar start. Let's actually just switch over here. So I think I'm going to do something similar to how I did it over here. Just it'll start on Saturday. So this last week has been good. My kids went to my parents' house. They had some cousin time because my nieces were there for a little bit, and my nieces went home, and now my kids are still there for a few more days over the weekend because my husband couldn't take more time off because he had just been off for our vacation, and then we're going on another vacation, and so we wanted to kind of give him a break too because he's had to work while they've been gone. We had our anniversary on Wednesday, 14 years. We went out to eat. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I don't like that. I wonder if I have a sticker. I could just use like one of these stickers and literally just write this week on it and cover it up. Could do that. Because I don't think there's a this week sticker anywhere. You can't see, but I'm looking to the side through my folder. I think that's what I'm going to do because I moved it over far enough to write this week like this, but then I just didn't. That's okay. We will just adapt. I don't know why I suddenly feel like I don't know what I'm doing, as if I don't do the same thing every single week for the most part. Let's see. On Monday, so my daughter is starting, she'll be 7th grader this year. And in our state, they have to have 2 vaccines going into 7th grade. So they have to have the meningitis, I believe, and I think the Tdap. So I have to go get those for her. So we're going on Monday to do that at the grocery store. We shop at the neighborhood market, a Walmart neighborhood market, and they do that there. So I'm gonna pull these and get those out of the way. We're gonna do that while we're there grocery shopping, just to get it over with, because I'm gonna have to be registering them for school. I think it's like not next week, but the week after maybe. So I need to get those sent over to the nurse. So I got to do that. So I was like, sorry, kid. It just is what it is. And so she's fine. I'm like, it's 2 quick shots and then we'll move on with our lives. You know, maybe we'll get a piece of candy after. Addie. Vaccines. 10, 20. I didn't really live myself. Did not really give myself enough room. But that's okay. Put that there. And I think that's it for the week. There's Independence Day here, which I'll probably mark. But I wonder if... Hold on, let me grab something else. I do have this little posy I can use to mark, to put her down over here. I could do just, I mean, my husband is off this day. I wish this was on, like that part was on this side, because that way I could put her over here. Is there another spot that has Independence Day? Like another, that doesn't go in there. They used to sometimes have, like with these things, have holidays. But I don't see them now. I'm trying to think if I have, I have these, but I think I already used my Independence Day that I had. Sure looks like it. My brain is trying to like, National Day of Peace, Indigenous People Day, Flag Day, Passover. Yeah, I think I already used it. Maybe I won't use the posy. Maybe I'll save the posy for my sticker planner I've been doing and just put down this. Just put it down. It's fine. Okay. I think that's it. I think, like I said, we had the Monday, and then there's nothing else. We have to get ready to go. I mean, we have some more to go on Saturday. We're actually going, we're heading down to the Gulf of Mexico for like the Destin area, I think. I don't know. For the for a few days, just for the beach. But we're going to stop at Hot Springs on the way down. Hot Springs National Park. Another stamp, another Junior Ranger. We're going to stop in Mobile and go to like Battlefield Park, where you can like tour a battleship, because my son is like, was really into that idea. And then we'll be at the beach for a couple days, and then we're going to have just a quick, like, we'll have to stay one night somewhere on the way home, but then we'll be back. So not a very long trip, but it'll be fun. So I feel like we could use some of the bigger pieces because I have a lot of room. And there's some pretty big pieces in here. These are the vinyl ones. I can't remember if they come in the stationery. Here's my grumpy fish that I love. I can't remember if these are the stationery or the, I'm thinking, creative kit. Because I get the main planner kit, I get the journaling kit, I get the stationery kit, the creative kit, and the daisy sticker add-on, and then I also get the pouch. But sometimes I don't remember, like, which ones the vinyls came out of. So I could kind of put him up there, and put this guy down here, and maybe find just some small little things to put around. We're not going to do much on the 4th of July. It's the day before we leave, probably finish like packing and stuff. We are not huge 4th of July people. We don't do fireworks. We don't even really go see fireworks. People shoot them off in the neighborhood. So generally speaking, we just watch them from like my daughter's window. And we do watch pretty much our tradition is we watch Independence Day. So that is probably our biggest tradition in terms of what we do on 4th of July. We started doing that when my oldest was little, because we weren't going to go out when she was a baby to see fireworks. I've never been a big fireworks person, like ever. And so we would just, it's like, okay, well, we'll put her to bed. And then what do we do? And we ended up just watching, Independence Day. Could use some of like the shells around maybe. I kind of like the sea stars too. I'm kind of leaning that way. So we'll probably do that. It's pizza night. We're going to probably do frozen pizza because we don't want leftovers. And just take it easy. Make sure we're all ready to go. You know, nothing too crazy that day. My stomach is growling and I really hope you can't hear it. Do I want to put more than the sea stars? I kind of just like the sea stars down instead of just like more shells. Let me put that one back down. Is there more sea stars somewhere? There are stars, but those are like actual stars and not sea stars. I need to finish up and eat lunch because I'm hungry. These are also really big pieces. I really like it. I'm really excited about this kit. There's a sea star there. Maybe. I do really like this kit a lot. I might cut out the sea star because that seems to be the only other sea star. Let me grab my scissors. I'm unprepared for doing anything apparently, and now I'm moving things. So anyway, we don't have any, where do I want to put it? Maybe, do I want to put it down here in the corner? Do I want to put, I don't want to block off any more of that space. I could kind of put it, kind of leaning towards like over here. Let's just go with that. I really hope that you cannot hear my stomach growling. If you can, I am sorry. But I am hungry apparently, and I need to go. Sorry, the whole camera's shaking. I'll be done in a minute. I'm ready to go eat lunch and relax. I like busted my butt this morning so I could get everything done this morning, because I'd like to crochet some more today. I promised my son I'd make him a monster after I'd finished a project from my youngest, and I finished her project yesterday. So he was like, "You gonna start my monster now?" So that's what I'm gonna do this afternoon. So, and because we FaceTime with the kids while they're gone, and I know he's gonna ask how far I got. So I told him I would get started on it. I don't know how far I'll get, but I'll get started on it today. And he was excited. So, by the way, these, I added this little puffer fish and this seahorse. These I think were from last year's kit, but they matched. So I added it in. Okay. I'm not even gonna try to write down anything that has to do with like getting ready to go, because I don't know what I'm going to need to do. For that yet. That's a different brain cell that I don't have access to at the moment. So we're just gonna write down like my normal stuff. I also like to leave on a trip and come back and the house is all clean. So that's a major goal this week, is to make sure everything is cleaned up. Actually, I don't know that I want to vacuum on Monday. I think I just want to do a general tidy and then vacuum later in the week. So probably, I usually clean bathrooms on Tuesdays. So do that. I have my kids' laundry, and then we will actually go ahead and pack them after I do their laundry so that they don't wear anything that we were going to take. And then it's just done. As they're like folding their laundry, we can pull out clothes for our trip. I do our laundry, my husband and my laundry, on Wednesdays, and we'll pack there, and then we will plan to vacuum this day. And then if we have to run a vacuum over here right before we leave, then we can do that. And then I do need to meal plan for the week we get back. So whenever we go on a trip, I don't need to necessarily meal plan for the week we're gone, but I will go ahead and meal plan for the week after we get back, so I don't have to come back and immediately start meal planning. So I'll do that on Thursday. What is it, July 14th through the 20th? I also have school registration soon I need to check on. I wash towels. I probably should throw in the sheets too. Or do I want to do sheets? We could do sheets over here. Let me actually grab, oh, wait, nope, it's not in that bag. I keep a lot of this stuff, like whiteout scissors and stuff, in my pouch normally, but I haven't technically moved over to my July pouch yet. So all of that is in my June pouch, which is upstairs, which is why I keep having to move around and grab what I need from my desk around me. We will wash sheets on Monday. Have everybody strip their beds and pellet cases, and let's see, I need to water plants. What else do I need to do? I will probably, let's see. I'm trying to think. It's not going well. Here I want to do my 5-year journal photos. Just a general, I probably won't get to it this week, but it's things that sometimes I write down in my this week, things that it's like, oh, I need to do that at some point, and if I don't write it down somewhere, I will forget. So I need to update our mix book. Probably won't get to it this week, but I can just move it to the next week, basically. What else? I probably need to do, at some point this week, I will need to like close out June's budget. Maybe this day. Close out June budget. I'm not really going to plan to do a lot on Friday. Because that'll probably be a day that we finish gathering, finish packing, and then just relax because my husband's off. It's right before we leave on a trip. At some point, I want to do nail reps. I'm going to write it here. But I might end up doing them on Friday before we go. And I think that's all I can think of right now. I need to do some stickers for my sister. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's all for now. And for just FYI, things like for trips, I'm trying to find it, I do like a packing list. So I write down, and its own to-do list. So like over here, I'll write down like refill my cat's food and her check on our automatic feeder, set up cameras, refill her waters, water my plants, you know, like different to-dos, hold the mail, things like that end up going here. I need to do like a shopping list, and a shopping trip for the trip itself. What are we going to eat? I don't know. I still have to figure out that. And so it's like, I will do its own little list. Obviously I've kind of started on it. But I won't necessarily put, like, I may just do a running list here, and then I may move some of my to-dos for the vacation to this, so I can see exactly what I need to do where, but I may just keep it here and just work off of this list. And then generally I do as much as I can packing in my to-do list before we go. And then the morning that we're going to leave on a trip, or the night before we leave on a trip, whatever I have not already checked off, whether it is something I need to grab and pack or whether it's something I need to do in the morning, I actually just write it on like a notepad and like put it right on my nightstand, so I don't have to open my planner. All I can do is like grab that list. My husband can look on that list, and we can just like check through the last few things to make sure that like the toiletries got packed that we had to use that morning, that whatever last minute things, double check the water, double check my cat's litter, you know, whatever it is. That those things got done last minute, so that I'm not looking at a whole list and feeling overwhelmed. And it's like, well, most of this is checked off. I'm already kind of tired and frazzled, because I don't know if you've ever tried to leave for a trip with children, but it's a little frazzling. And so it just kind of narrows down my focus. So not that you asked, but that's how I do that. So that's why I'm not really writing a ton here. I will work through separately, and then sometimes I will move it here, sometimes I don't. I don't think I did for this trip. I think I pretty much just kept that separate, my to-do list separate, which this was the packing list. I think I had a separate to-do. I don't even think I wrote it in here for that particular trip. So that's just how I do that. But that's why I'm not writing a ton of vacation stuff here, like prep for vacation and things like that, other than like the packs, because I do it a little bit differently. But anyway, I think that's all I have though. It feels very like beachy and summery, and it's not like super involved, super fancy or complicated. It's pretty simple, but I like it. It's cute, and I love this fish. I mean, I talked about that when I set up, where is it? When I set up July, I like the grumpy fish. So I'm glad I can use him. And yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.